Meantime, closely watched by national reporters who are already in town in Kentucky at the GOP primary for the 4th Congressional District. As you know, that's Republican Thomas Massie trying to fend off a Donald Trump-backed challenger.
That's Republican Ed Gallrein of Shelbyville, who spoke to reporters in Shelby County today. Political reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez was there.
Well, I appreciate your support.
It's friendly territory.
Purnell's, Gallrein's, we go way back.
For Republican Ed Gallrein of Shelbyville, President Donald Trump's handpicked candidate to challenge Republican Congressman Thomas Massie in a nationally watched primary that puts Trump's influence to the test.
The president won in 2024, the primary here, by north of 80%. We knew what we were voting for, and they didn't vote for what Tommy Massie's doing.
Gallrein held a news conference at Purnell Sausage Company in Simpsonville, a major family-owned business in Shelby County. It's one of just a few campaign events where his team has invited reporters. Gallrein was asked why he won't debate Massie.
He's had 15 years. What's he got to say now he hadn't said already? He's got a body of work that speaks for itself. He should be debating that.
And how he'd handle a situation where he disagrees with the president.
He'll take my call. I'll be able to have a conversation with him. I do not lack for courage. Rest assured, I'll have a relationship with the president, so he will let me speak my mind.
I interviewed Massie at a campaign event in northern Kentucky earlier this week.
And I think it's hard to get people to be enthusiastic about a person who won't show up to a debate, won't take a position on his websites, and is really just running to be a rubber stamp.
One new poll shows the race shifting, with Gallrein taking the lead. Massie himself says the election will be close and believes it represents whether Republicans anywhere will be able to vote independently of Trump's wishes, without fearing they'll lose their seat.
The swamp is after me. They want 100% compliance.
I don't lack for independence.
I tried to ask Gallrein this.
Should Republicans on Capitol Hill ever disagree with President Trump?
But he didn't take my question.
You've interviewed him before, so pause. I'm going to go around the room here and see if there's anybody else that hadn't interviewed me for.
This race is projected to be one of, if not the most expensive U.S. House primary in history. In Simpsonville, Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS 11 on your side.
Again, that was a news conference today. In the meantime, Thomas Massie is refuting accusations that have surfaced just days away from the primary election. An ex-girlfriend of Massie's is accusing him of making hush money payments.
Well, in a statement on X, Massie calls these false and unsubstantiated allegations and what he says is an obvious attempt to influence the outcome of the election.